Hello everyone, today on Cooking with Marki, I will be showing you how to make baklava. What you will need. The ingredients for the syrup, you will need 2 cups of granulated sugar, 1 cup of water, and half of a cup of rose water. The ingredients for the filling, you will need 1 1/4 cup of granulated sugar, 2 cups of blanched almonds, 1 cup of pistachios, 2 tablespoons of cardamom, 2 tablespoons of rose water, and optional ingredients are pistachios and ground rose petals for garnish. The ingredients for the dough, you would need 2 1/2 cups of all-purpose flour sifted, half of a cup of unsalted butter melted, 1/4 of a cup of milk, 1/4 of a cup of rose water, 1 egg, and 2 tablespoons of your prepared rose water syrup. So I've gone over the ingredients, so let's get started. To make the syrup, I will combine the 2 cups of sugar as well as the 1 cup of water into a small saucepan. I'm going to bring that to a boil, and once it comes to a boil, I will then add in the rose water, which I will then allow to boil for 2 minutes. Once that comes to a boil, I will turn off the heat and set it aside. You want to combine all of the filling ingredients into a food processor and process until finely ground. And you may need to scrape down the sides a few times. Your filling should look like this. To make the dough, you will combine all of the dough ingredients into a food processor. And I'm going to put the lid on and process this for 4 minutes. So your dough should be very soft and pliable, and it should not stick to your hand. I'm going to take the dough and I'm going to form it into a ball. Then I will cut it into 2 equal-sized portions. I will take each portion and roll it into a ball. Now I will cover with a clean dish towel, or you can use plastic wrap. Allow the dough to rest for 45 minutes, and make sure to cover it. This prevents the dough from drying out. My dough has rested for 45 minutes. Now I will lightly flour my surface, which is just parchment paper that I have taped down to my table. I will take 1 ball of dough and form it into a disc. I will roll out the dough into a very thin sheet that will be larger than my 17 by 11 inch baking sheet. As you can see, it is larger than my baking sheet. Now I will brush the sheet with melted butter, making sure to coat the sides. I will unroll the dough onto the baking sheet. My dough doesn't exactly cover the edges. That's okay because the dough is very pliable and you can gently stretch it, and of course, this is the bottom layer, so you don't have to be too concerned about making it look pretty. Now I'm taking the second ball of dough and I will repeat rolling it out into a very thin sheet, making sure it is larger than my baking sheet. Now I will place the filling on top of the dough that I've already placed onto the baking sheet, making sure that I spread it evenly and pressing it down to compact it tightly. Now to place the dough on top of the filling, I will roll it onto my rolling pin or wooden dowel, and then I will unroll it on top of the filling. Pressing down to make sure that it's laying flat on top. Now I will take my fingers and I will crimp the edges and cut off the excess dough. Now I will score the top of the dough, making vertical lines going straight across until I've scored the whole top sheet. Then I will go back through and I will cut all the way through where I've made the vertical lines. To make the diamond shape, I will then score the dough going at a diagonal across the vertical lines. Then I will carefully cut each individual diamond shape. Now I will brush the top with butter, making sure to get all the sides. Bake in a preheated 350-degree oven for 20 to 30 minutes. The baklava has just come out of the oven, and now I'm going to pour the syrup over the baklava while it is still hot. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that the baklava can absorb all of the syrup. And you want to make sure that it's well saturated. Now you can choose to decorate the top of your baklava. Here you see me applying pistachios and rose petals. Wrap tightly with aluminum foil. Refrigerate overnight. So the next day, to remove your baklava, all you have to do is just make sure that you cut all the way through to the bottom of the pan, and then you're able to slide your knife under and remove each piece of baklava. And this is what I call the cook's treat. Here are some finished photos, so up close, and placed on the platter in a decorative pattern. Alright, thank you for watching. Please subscribe.